If you are in the early stages of starting your online business from home, you need all the tips and tricks of how you can assure that you will be able to get your work done and not be easily distracted. Or if you have already been working from home, specifically after this pandemic, COVID-19 started, then this video is definitely for you. Today, I will be giving you all the tips that you will need in order to be more productive and less distracted. So keep on watching. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Jamie from jbrady.com. I help aspiring coaches, consultant, and service providers start their online business and keep their finances on track. So for the latest videos on entrepreneurship, finances, and coaching, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post a video every week. Based on my experience, I can tell you that there are so many distractions when you're working from home. And if you don't find ways to avoid these distractions, it will be very difficult for you to stay focused, be productive, and stay on track. I go into more detail about my personal experience, and also I talk about all the expectations and reality of working from home in this video right here, so make sure to check that out. When you are working from home, you have to find a way to keep yourself accountable because you don't have a boss or a manager in your house telling you what to do or when things need to be done by, or making sure that you're getting the work done. So this is why it's important that you find ways of avoiding all of the distractions that are around you, because you are your own boss and you want to make sure that you're using your time efficiently and also being productive by getting all of your things done and accomplished by your deadlines. So let's dive into tip number 1, which is plan your day ahead of time. Plan your day the night before, or even take a moment, maybe an hour or two on a Sunday, to schedule out all of the things that you need to do and get done for the upcoming week. So maybe you might consider to use an agenda. Me personally, I have an actual agenda. I love writing things down because I'm a visual person and I just love writing things down. And maybe if you don't want to use an agenda, a physical agenda, you can always use a calendar on your computer. I know that if you have an iPhone or a Mac, you can use the that calendar that is already on your computer, or if you have a Google account, you can also use that calendar, which I use as well, and it's really great. And what you want to do is just schedule out your tasks and all of your appointments that you have for that upcoming week. It's going to help you tremendously because that way when you wake up in the morning, you know exactly what to expect throughout your day, and you're not feeling all over the place. I mean, imagine if you get up in the morning and you're just like, oh, I don't know what's going on today. I don't know if I have any appointments, and then you're just like off track and feeling all over the place. So in order to save you time and in order to be more organized in your business, I suggest that you plan ahead of time. My next tip is to use your alarm clock. And for most of you, you already probably use an alarm clock, especially if you are still working at your 9-to-5 job. But others might just wake up naturally because they know what time they need to get up in the morning. For me, I need an alarm clock and it needs to be loud. In order for me to wake up in the morning, I need to have that alarm clock set the night before. But this is also helpful because you want to treat your business like an actual business. Just like you wake up in the morning every single day and you don't want to be late to your 9-to-5, or when you were working at your 9-to-5, you also don't want to be late to your online business because you want to treat your business as a business and be professional and be on time. Also, what you want to do is that I find to be extremely helpful is that if you're using your phone as an alarm clock, you can actually set alarms and reminders so you can take your breaks throughout the day. So if you want to take like a 10 or a 15-minute break, to have a reminder, an alarm goes off, and also for your lunch. Because When I was an employee, when I was still working on my 9 to 5, I had constant reminders all day. Whether that was from my coworkers because they wanted to go out for a walk, or my boss telling me, making sure that I was going to take my lunch on time. Or maybe sometimes I was just feeling so burnt out and frustrated, I was desperate to take a break. But now, as an entrepreneur and having a business, I need those reminders. I need to make sure that I'm reminding myself that I need to take a mental break. I need to give my eyes a rest, because specifically when you're in front of the computer all day, your eyes can get very tired. So what I've realized that it's very easy for me to forget these things, because I get so caught up on my tasks and all the work, especially because I love what I do, that time just flies by and I will completely forget to take a break or eat lunch. And this is really important. You want to make sure that you're eating, because your health obviously is a priority. So this is a great tip, and I advise that you set an alarm on your phone if you're going to be working from home all day. My next tip is to dress up like if you're going to work, because you are. And I know you're probably thinking, like, why should I have to dress up if I'm home all by myself, if there's no one around me, just my kids or my family or even my cat? But if you are a coach, consultant, or service provider, at some point you are going to have to speak with your clients. And usually that's over the phone. But what I always suggest my own clients in my coaching program is that when they're having their discovery calls and their paid coaching calls, to always use a platform like Zoom or Google Hangouts, and there's a few others, but you want to use one of these platforms, because that way you see each other's faces and it's more personable, and you get to just have that one-on-one connection with the person versus just having an audio phone call. When you're doing these virtual calls, you want to make sure that you are presentable and not wearing your pajamas, because remember, you are a business owner and you represent your business. You don't want to send a message to your clients that you're not serious about your business and that you're just hanging out in your PJs all day and every day. So with that being said, you need to make sure that you're dressing up, because that's going to make you feel good as well. You're going to feel like you're actually getting up in the morning, you're getting dressed, you're doing your hair, putting on your makeup, and it's going to just get you motivated and give you that energy that you need to start your day on the right track. My next tip is to choose an area or a designated area in your house specifically to work. And this is important because you don't want to get up in the morning and just turn your laptop on from your bed. That's not professional, and it's going to be difficult for you to be productive just laying on your bed. Or imagine if you're just laying on your couch all day, you're probably going to be tempted to turn on the TV several times. So with that being said, what you could do is choose a corner or an area of your house and set up your office. When I first started my business, I didn't have any of these things. What I did, I went and bought a desk, a computer chair, a printer, and all of the office equipment that I was going to need in order to run my business successfully online. And if you want some tips of what you need when you're starting a business, make sure to check this video out. But when you do this, it's going to help you a lot, because now you have an actual workplace in your house where that is your area that when you are there, you are going to focus entirely on your business. And also, if you have your children around the house or your spouse or partner and they see that you are working in that area, they know not to bother you. So you can find these things at a very low cost. You can buy a small desk, a computer, and just set up your area, because it's going to help you stay on track, stay focused, and stay productive. Comment below and let me know if you are already working on your online business from home, and what are some of the ways that you avoid all the distractions throughout the day. Or if you're in the early stages of starting your online business, I would love to know as well. comment below. My next tip is try not to use your electronics while you're working. I remember that in the past, I would be working on something and then all of a sudden I would just get an urge to pick up my phone and start browsing through Instagram, through my Instagram feed and my Facebook feed. And next thing I knew, I wasted 30 minutes of my time just browsing. Okay, and that is not making me any money. Browsing, obviously you need to engage on your social media platforms, but when you are planning out your day ahead of time, when you have things that need to be done and accomplished, being on social media and being on your phone is not going to help you be more productive. So with that being said, what I advise you to do is maybe put your phone on silence. Maybe just turn it off if you're going to be working. I mean, if you have children, I wouldn't turn your phone off because, for example, I wouldn't turn my phone off because I have kids and you just never know. But what I do, I put it on vibrate or silent because I want to make sure that I'm not hearing all the notifications throughout the day through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or any other social media platforms. I only pick up my phone when it's business related. So meaning if I have to call a client or if a client is calling me, if I have to send a quick message. So my tip for you is to try your best to stay off social media and don't touch your phone only when it's really necessary. And also with this goes television. Television is another that is a huge distraction. And now for me, like I have a physical office, so I go into my office every day and I do most of my work in my office. And even though most of my work is online, specifically my coaching business, but I do still work from home from time to time. And when I do, I make sure that I have the TV off during my work hours. Even for my lunch, because before I would say, oh, you know, I'm eating my lunch, let me just turn on the TV. And what would happen was that I would finish eating, but I would continue watching TV and lose track of time. So what I advise you to do, which I talk more about this in this video right here, about all the major about the expectations and realities of working from home, is that it's just better to keep the TV off because this is a big distraction and you will lose a lot of time, and this obviously does not help you in any way to be more productive. My next tip is to meal prep, because now that you are home, you don't have to step out to grab lunch, which that is great because it saves you time. But if you are making and cooking your meals that same day that you're also working, you're going to literally take, let's say, 1 hour, 30 minutes to an hour to make your food, and then another 30 minutes to an hour to eat your food. That's almost 2 hours. So in order to save you time and be able to accomplish everything that you have set for that day, I advise that you meal prep a day before. My next tip is to communicate your work schedule with your family. Specifically, if you have older children that will be hanging around the house throughout the day while you're working, it's so important that they know that you are going to be working during a set amount of hours throughout the day, so that way they're not going to be interrupting you when you're trying to get your work done. And this is also helpful because that way you can plan ahead family events or family outings with your family, and you're not feeling stressed and overwhelmed trying to jam everything into the days that you're actually working. And I know for a lot of moms right now that are working from home ever since COVID-19 started, they might be in the situation where they have their kids all day in the house, or their spouse or partner is also home. And what I suggest is that you plan accordingly. So if you don't have childcare, maybe your spouse can take care of the kids while you're working. And if you do have access to childcare, that you take your children for a few hours while you're working, because obviously the less distractions you have, the more productive you're going to be in your business. The last tip for you is to work when you are the most productive. So meaning, are you more productive in the morning? Are you a morning person? Like you have no problem, no issues getting up, you feel energized, you're excited for the day, and you know that you're gonna get a lot of things done. Or are you an evening and night person? There's a lot of people that have more energy and just feel more productive and can focus more at night. You want to do what's best for you. One of the best things of having an online business and being an entrepreneur is flexibility and freedom. You get to choose when you want to work versus when you are working as an employee. So with this being said, you want to just find out what works for you and what doesn't. And obviously this is something that is discovered through trial and error. You try a few things, it doesn't work, then you try another thing, and then you keep moving on. But you want to plan out your work schedule around the time that you are going to be the best productive and that you know you're going to have that set time aside just for you to focus on your business. I hope this video was very helpful. If you are in the process or in the early stages of starting your online business and you need more support or you need more clarification, make sure that you grab the free guide that I have put together that gives you the 6 steps that you should be taking and focusing on in order to start on the right track. Also, for more support, make sure to join our private Facebook community with other aspiring entrepreneurs just like yourself using the link in the description. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day and blessed week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!